Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my world. Welcome to the commerce world for you. Welcome back to the new interesting concepts and theories from the commerce world. Friends, if you like my video, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe my channel. Press the bell icon for the notification of the videos. Follow my Instagram and Facebook page. The link is given in the description box. Welcome to audio visual presentation. I am Afrin Osama Chogle, your OCM teacher. We will be starting with a new chapter, Business Services. Let us learn about business services and what are the types of business services. Let's start. One of the types of the business services is transportation. Today we will be learning about transportation and means of transportation. Basically, there are modes of transportation: road transportation, rail transportation, air transportation, water transportation, metro and monorails, pipeline transportation, and cable transportations. What are services? Services are something which can only be felt, not be touched, nor be seen. They are intangible in nature. They are neither manufactured nor transported, nor can be stocked at a large. Services cannot be stored for a future use, hence, they are produced and consumed simultaneously. Let us start with business services. Business services are those services which help in successful running of the business. They are intangible in nature as they help the business to grow faster and faster. Business services are aids to trading and commerce. Business services are heterogeneous in nature, inseparable, inconsistent, perishable in nature, and require consumer participation. Business services are those services which will help the business to grow and make a successful record of the business. Business services. Business services are those services which are used by the business enterprises in conducting the activities of the business. For example, banking, insurance, warehouse, communication services, and etc. Definition: a service is an act of performance that one party can offer to another that is essentially intangible and does not result in the ownership of anything. Its production may or may not be tied to a physical product. Business services are those services which help business to grow and help business to function seamlessly. There are certain features, characteristics, or the nature of services which are described below. First one is intangibility. A service is not a physical product that can be touched or seen. सर्विस को कभी भी हम टच नहीं कर सकते, देख नहीं सकते, बट इट कैन बी एक्सपीरियंस, इट कैन बी फेल्ट. अ सर्विस कैन बी एक्सपीरियंस्ड बाय अ बायर और अ रिसीवर. Service lack material form and therefore they are intangible. Due to intangibility, services cannot be demonstrated like goods, and therefore service provides must create good impact on the customer by delivering quality services on time. Services don't have their physical presence. A person can only experience it. It is important to provide quality services to the customer so that customer can feel the favorable experience. Examples are teaching by the teachers, doctor treatment to the patient, etc. Second, inconsistency. There is no consistency in the services provided by the business as like in a physical product. Each time the services has to be performed exclusively. Demands and expectations of the different customers are different. Every time the service provider has to modify the service accordingly. Basically, services are heterogeneous. What do you mean by the term heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means different. There can no perfect standardization of service. Even if the service provider remains the same, the quality of the service may differ from time to time. For example, some restaurants can give different experience to different customers. A bank manager can feel or can be felt by different to the different another customer. Inseparability. The service provider and the service cannot be separated. The presence of the service provider is there at the time of delivering service to the customer. Third, perishability. Services cannot be stored for the future. It has no physical component. Demand and supply for the services are very close to each other. Service has to be provided to the customer as and when it is asked by them. Being an intangible transaction, there can never be an inventory of services. Unlike goods, they cannot be stored. For example, the vacant seats of the morning flights of an airline cannot be utilized in the afternoon flight of the same airline. It is imperishable in nature. Next, non-transferability. Unlike goods, all the services are non-transferable in nature. The ownership of the services cannot be transferred from service provider to customer. For example, a customer can book hotel room, but the ownership of the room remains with the hotelier. Consumer participation. For services, participation of consumer is equally important. Without the participation of consumer, services cannot be offered. The seller cannot offer services without the presence of the customer and vice versa. Customer cannot accept services unless the seller is present to offer a service. Types of services. There are different types of services depending upon their nature and the purpose. Students, we will be learning one by one what are the types of services. The business services are broadly classified into banking, insurance, warehousing, transport and communication. The students will be learning about transportation. Do you know what is transportation? Transportation provides mobility. For moving from one place to another, we need transportation. The transportation is also classified into three main categories: road transport, rail transport and air transport. Let us start with the term transportation. In India, transportation plays an important role in the national economy. After 1991, development of infrastructure within the country has progressed at a rapid pace, and today there are different modes of transportation such as land transportation, water transportation and air transportation, etc. Basically, transportation makes possible production and distribution of goods from one place to another. It means of carrying of goods and people from one place to another. Basically, there are two modes of transportation: traditional modes and modern modes. Students, let us learn what are the traditional modes of transportation. Traditional modes of transportation includes walking, palanquin, animal transport, horse cart, bullock cart, bicycle, cycle rickshaw, trams, hand pull rickshaws, boats and etc. You can all see these pictures in your slides. Let us talk about modern means of transportation. Modern means of transportation are road transportation, rail transportation, water transportation and air transportation. Other modes of transportation also include ropeway transportation, pipeline transportation, cable transportation, space flight and etc. Let us start with the road transportation. Roads are the means that connect the people and the places on the surface of the land. It provides all-over connectivity in any terrain, on any area, as compared to other modes of transportation. Various means of transportation under the road transport are bullock cart, cycle rickshaw, buses, car and etc. Bus Rapid Transit (BRT) system has been introduced in many states to improve public transport in India. India has a network of village road, district road, state highways and national highways, which forms the economic backbone of the country. In India, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways look after the development of surface road transport throughout the country. Generally, road transport means transportation of goods and personnel, people from one place to another on roads. Road is a route between two destinations, which has either been paved or worked on to enable transportation by way of motorized or non-motorized carriages. Road transport can be classified as transporting either goods and material or transporting people. Sometimes road transport is the only way for carrying goods and people and from rural areas, which is not created by railways, waterways or airways. Let us learn about the advantages of road transportation. Road transportation is the cheapest mode of transportation as compared to other modes of transportation. As you all know, road transportation movement can be take place even by walking. Nextly, perishable goods can be transported at a faster speed by road carriers over a short distance. Even a short distance can be traveled by a road transportation, hence it is economical in nature. It is flexible modes of transportation. As you all know, यहाँ पर road transportation में आपको कोई भी flexible time ही मिलेगा. There is no restriction in the time. It is a flexible mode of transportation as loading and unloading of goods is possible at any destination. जहाँ चाहे आप क्या कर सकते हैं, goods को load भी कर सकते हैं, goods को unload भी कर सकते हैं. It provides door-to-door services. The road transportation can reach at your doorsteps. It is also function as feeder transport to other modes of transport. मान लो अगर आपको रेलवेज इस्तेमाल करनी है या तो एयरवेज इस्तेमाल करना है, बट आपको वहाँ जाने तक या रेलवे स्टेशन पे जाने तक या तो एयरपोर्ट्स पे जाने तक आपको रोड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का ही इस्तेमाल करना पड़ेगा. दैट इज़ नोन एज फीडर ट्रांसपोर्ट. It helps the people to travel and carry goods from one place to another where any other modes of transportation is not available, especially in the hilly areas where there is no means of transportation but road transportation can easily be available. As you all know, a coin has two sides. If the road transportation has advantages, it will definitely have a disadvantages. Let us look upon it. Disadvantages of road transportation. Due to limited carrying capacity, road transportation is not economical for long distance transportation. As you all know, shorter distance can be covered by road transportation, but longer route or longer destinations are not economic for the road transportation due to limited carrying capacity. It is seen that carrying capacity of a road transportation is very less. Even transportation of heavy and bulky goods through road transportation involves high cost. Bulk carriers carries a high risk and cost due to transportation by road. Road transport is affected by adverse weather conditions also, such as floods, rains and landslides, etc. Moreover, during the landslide or earthquake, roads are damaged. There is a possibility of a road accident which are common. It also causes pollution due to emission of gases which affects the health of the people. Respiratory disease, heart attacks or even the global warming is getting more and more due to the carbon emission by the vehicles which involves road transportation. Next is the rail transportation. Transportation of goods and passenger on rail lines to trains is known as rail transportation. It's easy. Everyone has seen the trains, metro rails, monorails and etc. It occupies an important place in the land transport system of the country, as it is most dependable mode of transportation to carry goods and passenger over a long distance. In India, Ministry of Rail looks after development of rail transport throughout the country. Indian Railways run various types of train like passenger trains, mail train, cargo of goods and services. They are known as Mal Dabbas. Some popular trains are Rajdhani Express, Shatabdi Express, Intercity Express and etc. Indian Railways also run some luxury trains such as Maharaja Express and so on to promote the domestic tourism. Most of the people travel through train and it is cost effective. Let us learn about advantages of rail transportation. It is a convenient mode of transportation for traveling a long distance. Actually, the rail transportation provided by trains have compartments which facilitate with all the facility of a human being. So it is very convenient to travel over a long distance. It is a suitable mode of transportation for carrying heavy and bulky goods in a large quantity over a long distance of time. Rail transport is a faster mode of transport as compared to the road transport. Its operation is less affected by adverse weather conditions. The conditions such as earthquake and landslide does not affect the rail transport operations. It ensures safety and security of goods over a long distance of time. Now, disadvantages of rail transportation. It is relatively costly for carrying goods and passengers over a short distance. Rail transportation are not available or not easily reachable for the shorter distance. It is not also available in remote part of the countries. Remote part of the countries are accessible only to the road transportation and not the rail transportation. Next, it involves heavy losses of life as well as good in case of accident. You can imagine that a rail accident can contribute to a heavy toll of life and property. Next, time flexibility is not there as trains are running as per the fixed schedule. Fixed timings are allotted for the trains which cannot be changed for anyone. So this is a disadvantage. It does not provide door-to-door service. As you all know, railways are not up to the mark for the door-to-door services. They cannot provide door-to-door services as they run on the tracks. Now, air transportation. Air transportation carries the goods and passengers through airways by using different aircrafts like passenger aircrafts, cargo aircrafts, helicopters, etc. Any movement of people or the passengers or the goods through the air is known as air transportation. This is the fastest mode of transportation, but it does not provide door-to-door services. In a hilly or mountainous areas where other modes of transportation is not accessible, air transportation is an important and convenient mode. Air transportation also is suitable in a case of emergency like war, medical, natural calamity, rescue operation, etc. Air transportation is classified into two categories: domestic transport and international transport. Air transport is carried out in a fixed air routes. Various national and international public sector and private sector airways companies are giving services on domestic and international routes. For example, Air India, SpiceJet, International Qantas Airways, etc. Let's start with advantages. Advantages of air transportation. It is the fastest means of transportation among all the means of transportation. As you all know, the air transportation is always the fastest. Air transport plays vital role during the war or emergency situation, as it can be useful for rescue. The rescue operations taken by the soldier and any other people through airways are quick. Next, as air transport uses natural ways, no separate construction of route requires like road or rail transport. Air transport includes transportation through air, and air is a natural thing. So there is no requirement of making a special routes or a tracks for the air transportation. It is less polluting as compared to the road transportation. The pollution created by the air transportation is negligible as compared to the road transportation. It is useful in such areas where other means of transportation are not accessible, even in the hilly areas where there is no transportation mode, no roadways, no railways, no etc., or the islands which are only accessible by air transportation. Now, disadvantages. If there are advantages, there will be definitely disadvantages. Advantages of air transportation. It is relatively expensive mode of transportation. It is affected by adverse weather condition. It is also not suitable for the shorter distance. It requires a huge investment such as construction of airport, runways, air traffic control towers, etc. Air transportation is subject to international restriction. Water transport. The movement of goods and passengers from one place to another using the waterways is known as water transport. Water transport is classified into inland water transport and ocean water transport. Inland water transport includes rivers, lakes, canals, which uses boats, steamers, and etc. Oceanic transports are classified as coastal shipping and overseas shipping. Coastal shipping for the passengers as well as for the cargoes. Overseas shipping are contributed with liners, trams, tankers for cargo as well as for the passengers. When the goods and passenger move inside the country, it is known as inland water transport. When the different means of transport are used to carry goods and passenger on an ocean or a sea route, it is known as oceanic or sea transport. In India, Ministry of Shipping looks after the development of ocean transport throughout the country.
Thank you so much for watching.
Advantages of water transport. Water transport is relatively economical modes of transport for bulky and heavy goods. Bulky machineries, bulky plants, bulky heavy industrial materials can be transported by the waterways. It is a safe mode of transportation with respect to occurrence of accident. There are rare accidents found in the shipping ways. Hence, there is a safety in the transportation through seaways. It also promotes international trade. Most of the waterways transport are conducted on international borders. So, we Indians carry out trade in an international market and generate foreign exchange. There is no cost of construction and maintaining of route, as most of them are naturally made. Disadvantage of water transport. Water transport does not provide door-to-door services. It actually depends upon the ports or the situation of the sea routes. It gets heavily affected by adverse weather conditions. The weather conditions such as cyclones, storms affect during the sea voyages will have to be adjusted by the seafarers. It is comparatively slow moving transport. Water transport is the slowest mode of transportation. More investment cost is involved in the terms of port, ships and maintenance. High cost maintaining ships requires for the heavy duty material transportation. It is subject to perils or the dangers of sea. There are pirates, there is a sinking of ship, etc. Hence, this is a disadvantage considering the sea transport or water transport. Metro rails. Metro rails are also known as rapid transit. Subways, U-Bahns, undergrounds, and it is a type of a high capacity public transport generally found in the urban areas. Unlike buses, rapid transit systems are electric railways that are operated on exclusively right of way, which cannot be accessed by pedestrians or other vehicles of any sort.
Thanks for watching.
Now, monorail. Monorail is a railway in which the track consists of a single rail or a beam. The term is also used to describe beam of the system or the trains traveling on such a beam or a track. Monorail are energy efficient and less polluting too. From the passenger perspective or point of view, monorails can have some other advantages over the other modes, such as less intersection turns, no traffic jams, absence of problems of collision, etc. Ropeway. Ropeway refers to modes of transportation which connect two places on a hilly or across a valley or a river. In ropeway transport, trolleys moves on wheels connected to a rope and are used for carrying passenger or goods. Examples are Raigad ropeway at Raigad Fort, ropeway at Sonmarg in Srinagar, etc. The next one, pipeline transport. Pipeline transport sends goods through a pipe, mostly a liquid and a gas. Short distance system exist for sewage, slurry or water, while long distance network are used for petroleum and natural gas.